Welcome back to Mel's Kitchen, my fellow at-home chefs, where it's restaurant quality cooking made at home. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so that you can always have a seat at our table. Today I'm making honey jalapeno cornbread. So I am very excited about this recipe. I'm going to put in 2.5 cups of yellow cornmeal. I'm going to mix all of my dry ingredients first. I don't typically mix the wet and dry ingredients together. So I'm putting the dry ingredients in all in one bowl, and then I'll show you how I mix the rest of it. So that's going to be 2.5 cups. And then I'm also going to use a cup of flour. So let me get that out. I'm going to use a cup of flour. And then I'm going to use half a cup of sugar. While I'm getting my sugar ready, I'm going to go ahead and put in my baking soda. I'm looking at my spoons to make sure I've got it right, because I need a teaspoon of baking powder. And yes, I said baking soda. I'm going to be using baking soda as well. I'm going to use a teaspoon of baking powder. Put that in there, just like that. And then I'm going to use half a teaspoon of salt. Won't put as much because that, I'll stop there, put that in something else. And then I'm also going to use half a teaspoon of baking soda. Okay. And then while I'm getting my sugar ready, I'm going to use half a cup of sugar. And then I'm also going to use half a cup of brown sugar. And then we've got half a cup of brown sugar. Now these things I'm just going to leave sitting right here. I'll mix those together, and then when we get ready to add in everything, I'll show you how that goes. So I'm going to set my mixer up, and we are going to put our wet ingredients in, and then we will add these dry ingredients to that mixer. As I have my KitchenAid set up, and now I'm going to put all of my wet ingredients together. I've got 2 cups of buttermilk. Get all that in there. I have 4 eggs that I'm going to put in. And then I'm going to do half of a cup of olive oil. I'm going to put that in my buttermilk cup when I get it. When you're using olive oil, you can use olive oil, you can use vegetable oil, you can use butter if you want to. You can interchange any one of those. I'm going to go ahead and let that down, and I'm going to start stirring this just slowly, okay? So I'm going to let that stir together. And as I do that, or should I say mix together, I noticed in my other video that I say stir when you should say mix. As I do that, after it starts to mix together, I'm then going to go ahead and add in my dry ingredients. So I have all of my dry ingredients that I have over here, and I didn't explain why I use brown sugar. I use brown sugar because I want it to have that honey taste, but instead of putting honey in, I'm going to put brown sugar to let it actually bake in, so you can kind of get that caramelized effect. You're going to have the heat from the jalapenos. You're going to have the salt from the cheese that we're putting in. So that brown sugar will give you a good sweet taste to kind of make the flavors mesh together. I'm just putting all of my dry ingredients in. And you don't want a really runny cornbread. You'll know that, if it's super runny, you'll know that you need to make some changes, whether that be add more cornmeal or flour. So if you look at the consistency of what I'm making right now, I'm just going to turn it up just a little bit, and you don't want to over mix it either. So once you've got it all mixed together, it's good to go. So look at the consistency of that. I'm going to take this off so that you guys can see me add in my other ingredients. Guys, so we've got it as consistent, as thick as we need it to be to make some good cornbread. And now we're going to add in our extra ingredients, okay? Now, depending on how hot you want yours, I have diced up very, very, very small 3 jalapenos. I'm going to put that in there just like that. And then I've also got a cup of sharp cheddar cheese. I've got some cube pieces and I've got some shredded cheese, however you want. And I'm just going to fold that into my cornbread. So I'm not going to do a whole lot of stirring. I'm literally just going to fold it in, making sure that there's some all throughout. You can do less jalapenos if you want to, but your consistency of spicy and then salt and honey, that honey when we put it on top, the brown sugar that's going to be inside, I'm telling you, people are going to love this cornbread. If you make this for somebody else, they're definitely going to want the recipe. Look in the description box down below for how much of everything to put in. So once I've got it all in there, now we're going to transfer it to a baking pan that I have greased, and I will show you what's next. Got my pan set up. Like I said, it has been greased, and I'm just going to pour this in. I've already got my oven preheated to 400. I'm going to cook it for 20 to 25 minutes, just depending on how hot your oven gets. You just want to make sure you've got your cornbread done through and through. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see this really well as I get the rest of this out of here. You want it to be that golden brown color, crispy on the edges. Look at that. All right, we will put this in our oven and I will see you guys in a minute. Okay guys, so the honey jalapeno cornbread is done. It smells amazing. I actually made some more greens with it as well. If you want that recipe, go back to my video to see how you can make that. Baby, are you ready?
Yes. Yeah. All right, and it's a corn piece. So,
I get a close up of that cornbread.
Yeah, you better hurry up and get this close up because
look at that.
It smells delicious.
Now, guys, that's got sharp cheddar cheese in it, jalapenos, and honey.
Let's see what it do. Sticky fingers. That's it right there. I'm trying to decide if I can actually taste the cheese. The cheese is not a dominant flavor in this, but the jalapenos is, and the sweetness and the honey and the jalapenos going together, and ooh, on the back end, look,
little fire,
look on the tongue, and hold on, that's the back end. Let's try the front end right here. Excellent, baby. I need this high five on camera. We're gonna have to get rid of this ASAP because I'm gonna want more than one piece of this. And I got life goals, and it really is good, baby. I swear to God, on everything. Oh, update on the greens. I don't eat greens, but I eat these greens.
And who asked me to cook those?
I did. I felt like I was getting my life while I was eating these. So Bottoms up. I still ain't got the. I don't want to mix my cornbread and greens together because I just want to enjoy both separately. So.
But have you ever tried it?
One thing at a time. Baby steps. I'm eating both of them. That's so meaty.
I made that one with just chuck roast this time.
It's good.
It's a lot more meat.
A little heat. A little bit. So, I ain't mad at that. Make that.